Warm greetings from the high 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans on this early Saturday morning. Thank you all for joining me. This is part 2 from last night's live that went into the wee hour. Thank you all for your support, your commentary. This is part 2. What is the motive behind the death of Cash Gernon? Please give me your opinions, what you think pertaining to this child's death. It's a very baffling death. A lot of innuendos, assumptions, narratives about this child's death. Who did it? Why is Darren Brown the sole perpetrator of this crime pertaining to Cash Gernon, Darren Brown is the person who has been arrested for burglary and kidnapping of Cash Gernon. Law enforcement is waiting for forensics to come back to link him to the death of this child. Do you believe he did this? Do you believe others are involved, such as the caretaker, Miss Sherrod, her son? There has been conflicting information pertaining to them knowing Mr. Brown. We now know that they knew of each other. So what is the motive behind the death of Cash Gernon? I will drop the link. 1 second. Thank you all for joining me. And I'll let Air Force come up because he was the last one speaking. And I want him to give his commentary pertaining to this storyline. Thank you all for joining me. It is 5:15 in the high 10. Lord have mercy. What are you pilgrims doing up this time of morning? Nancy said she just got up. I'm looking like, well, what were you doing, Miss Nancy, getting up this time of morning? Lord Jesus. God help us. Please be respectful to the hostess and the chat and the mods. Thank you so very kindly. Feel free to come up and give your opinion. What you say? I'm no thanks. Yeah, well, we will see how this goes. I'm looking at some of you. I'm thinking, y'all ain't got no life. Y'all sitting up here this time of morning up here with the queen. Lord have mercy. Ain't y'all got stuff to do? Like sleep. Sleep is very important in this day and time. You need 8 hours of sleep. I don't care what they say. Your body functions better when you have adequate sleep. And sitting here listening to all this crazy nonsense, it's not healthy for the brain. God knows it's not. But we're going to roll with it anyway. Thank you all for joining me. And thank you for the support. And thank you for the YouTubers that joined us. Thank you all so much. I hope this is the right information because I got a habit of sorry. I knocked myself out. I was trying to watch something else. Trying to make sure I put the right link in. Hold on, you guys. PHBS8. Oh, that's right. Okay. Omni. I don't know about that 4 to 5 hours. I think it depends on the lifestyle you have. Some people can thrive on that, but I really think you need more hours just so your body and mind can be in unison. You sleep like a baby. Long-winded hours. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion to what is the motive. My last live was pertaining to why was the child discarded at the said location. Many of you said you believe the child was discarded at that address because they wanted the body to be found. Seen. Well, you didn't have to drive 8 blocks so the body could be seen. You could have just went to the corner and dropped the body out. That leads us to believe that someone who knew the child orchestrated the crime of the kidnapping and the death of Cash Gernon. Because as I've told you, stats show that when children, people are discarded out in the elements, it is somebody that knows them that put them out there, not a stranger. It is rare for a stranger to break into your home and murder you and then take your body out of the house and drop you off outside of your house. There's no reason to do that. Because if I don't know you, nobody knows me, you don't know me, so I can dispose of you in your house right there. Just leave you there. Only people that know you take you out of the house and discard you out in the street, the woods, wilderness, rivers, lakes, ponds, whatsoever. That's why I believe somebody from the house wanted Cash Gernon gone. And why? What did he do to someone to make them want to get rid of him? That is the discussion for this morning's live. No thanks is here. Well, he left. Okay. I don't think he took him to the woods, or I think he would have left him there. Well, that's the point, Stephanie. Why would I take him to the woods and then take him and drop him in front of somebody's house right there at their driveway? I could have just killed them in the woods. That's why I kept saying this. The story makes no sense for all this extra stuff of taking him out, getting somebody to take him out. Then I take him on to the woods, to the this. I don't know where you all keep getting this woods theory from. It's baffling to me. Why do you keep thinking the child was taken to the woods? Because you can't use the rules that, oh, he took him, whoever, to the woods to sexually assault him. You can sexually assault him in the house. There's nobody there. There's nobody watching. Nobody's in the room but a little brother who's a twin. What he gonna say? Hey, don't do that. Stop. Oop, that's wrong. That's nasty. Come on now. Stay woke. There's a reason for this crime. What is it? Why was this 4-year-old murdered? Why? What did he do? What did he do wrong for someone to deem him unworthy of life? That is the discussion for this morning's live. Got 38 viewing. Thank you all so much. I think he was too much to handle by her, by the way she was talking, Bree Love. Why you say that, Bree Love? Well, he couldn't be found on the trail in the woods because it's too close to Monica's house. He has to be found closer to DB's house. Maybe daylight caught him, and that's what they put them. But there, okay, nothing crazy. People, justice for Cash. I'm woke, Queen, so sad. Thank you, Tang. Why didn't he break the camera? We saw him break other cameras. Exactly, Stephanie. Very good comment. He's a violent person, Darian. Why didn't he break the camera? He's looking in that direction. If that is to believe that is Darren Brown in the first video. Second video, he came back to take the child. No thanks. I had you up here. You didn't link on. That's a very good question. He's a violent person. He's breaking cameras. Why he didn't break the camera day one? First video. 2, he comes back. He breaks nothing. Tears up nothing. Don't choke, don't strangle, don't suffocate the child, don't sexually assault the child. Very good question. See, this is what crime is about. There's the little things you don't even think about. Why didn't he act out 1 time, 2 times? If we are to believe that Darren Brown is in both videos. No smashing of cameras, no tearing up nothing.
Hello.
Hello, baby.
Thank you for having me back.
You're welcome, honey.
With the smashing of the cameras, I think when somebody knows a camera's there, then they would do that. I don't know if he saw the camera. I don't know when Monica placed it in there. Her ex said when she gets using drugs that she gets paranoid and she starts putting cameras up. So I'm not sure if that camera was always up and always there all along, or is that something they put up recently. I really don't know. We still don't have a timestamp if that was even
Okay.
the actual footage.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but Darren is right. Strangely enough, he looked at that camera.
it also could appear maybe he did to us,
Right.
but he may have not known he was looking at that camera because we don't even know if
That's
he
true.
was he at
That's
that.
true. But
We
that's
don't
what
even know
happened.
if he was. Yeah, he was he at that time. If he is schizophrenic and he was somebody else at that time, even if he knew there was a camera there, he might not know it there as a different person.
Purpose says he wasn't aware of the camera at all, as you can see in the daytime video, but person number 1 in the night vision made sure the camera got his face. So, Purpose, okay, good comment. So maybe we're talking about 2 different people then.
But during the day, he didn't look around either.
Right. No,
At
he didn't.
nighttime, so all he did
Very
was
good observation. Oh, thank you all for that.
he pet Carter's head. He answered a few questions, which started to walk out, turned around, answered another question, and then walked out. He did not look around. He did not try to scout the room out. That's what leads me to believe those were 2 cuts from different nights or different times.
So we're going to go with 2 different people, 2 different nights, 2 different edited videos.
Yeah, I mean, all those are possibilities, yes.
Okay, because that's a very valid point. And we've said that already about his happy-go-lucky attitude. The second video, you're walking in like you know the people, you've been invited there. I'm checking on the kid. He says something. Everybody's bickering about what he said. But it's not the same demeanor as the first video. And you have to ask yourself why.
Right. So, and when he went down to pet him on the head, too. Do you remember which hand he used to pet him on the head?
I have to go back and look.
I can't remember if he used his left hand or if he'd reach across and use his right hand.
Says her ex-boyfriend stated that they were new cameras.
Yeah, I believe that what she did was when she got really tweaked out, she wanted to see what was going on at all times. And when you're on that kind of psychedelic drug, you don't want to go to sleep, and you don't want to we don't want to go to sleep because we don't want to miss anything on this live stream. But they don't want to go to sleep because they don't want to miss anything because
I don't know about that either.
Yeah, but they don't want to miss any. They don't want to miss any movement. They don't want to miss any dust particle. They don't want to miss any anything. You know what I mean? They want to watch everything, and if they don't see what they want to see, their eyes may make them see that too. Okay. So, yeah. Okay.
Hit the link if you want to give your opinion to the motive, the death of Cash Gernon. What's the motive? What's the motive, Doug? What's the motive? You didn't answer that.
I don't know the motive, but I mean, let's say
that's my question. So you have to come up with something. I'm sorry.
Well, the motive would be 2 options. One would be like, is the person who wanted to get rid of the kid Monica and put Darian Brown up to it and set him up somehow to where it appears that he did it, or is it Darian Brown being somebody else and or himself at the same, I don't know how you want to call it, that did this crime. It could have been, her plan to get both those kids out of there. I'm just saying, sure. And that would have made her life back to normal. And because Trevor was already gone, and if they tried to give those kids back to the grandparents and they didn't want them at some point, and she was stuck with them, I mean, that's their only option is to off them, and I don't know if she put him up to it or he did it himself. But I believe Cameron's just caught in the crossfire because, although he was involved in getting her drug kit for her and this and that, it seems that their stories, she probably gave him enough of the story to try to remember. And then, again, he's going to start talking, and he talked a lot and she talked a lot during the Daily Mail, and she revealed a lot that made Cameron look even more like a liar, which brings him into it even deeper. So, one lie leads to another, leads to 10 others. So,
Purpose says, I believe night vision was purposely trying to get his face on the camera, and I believe the person outside was looking at the footage of the camera, telling him how to just feel it real strong.
You know what's weird? The footage.
Okay, listen, Dolphin, that's an interesting one. A way to get Trevor home from hiding. Damn, I never thought of that. Wow. Wow,
That would
wow.
get also him to take the other one back too. If there's still only one alive, he could still take one back at that time. But
Yes, but guess
um,
what? Think about it. I love you. You have fell off. You left your fucking kids with me. You don't call me. You don't talk to me. You don't provide no money, no nothing. I want you back. I want you with me. I get your kid gone, call you, message you. Hey, your kid's missing. Hey, found your kid dead. You got to come out of hiding. Very
but
good.
she also said she couldn't get a hold of him, which was a lie. Which she was in contact with him also in Houston. So like we got
So
to
you
think
think,
about.
wait, slow down. You're saying what? That it was a lie?
Yeah, she could find him. She knew where he was.
Okay.
She was in contact with him, and it's something we're not bringing up at all, and we should still, is that
Okay.
through those text messages that she sent over to the university, the text messages revealed that she was supposedly pregnant with Trevor's baby, which would also bring him back. So when he says he made a bad decision, he shouldn't have left her, left them with her. He
Yeah.
actually was in, having sex, sexual relations with this woman, and also impregnated her, which I still believe that's why she looks the way she looks. She looks a little heavy.
Yeah. She was
Also,
good.
you could
Yeah. Yeah.
tell.
Yeah. Solid. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like a fullback. So, for better terms of usage, I guess.
What?
But yeah,
Solid? Well, she do look solid.
yeah, and
That's
and her
clean.
ex said that she was even bigger than that at some point. So you'd have to think the intravenous drug use um,
Y'all
would stimulate the weight loss and
Well, I've learned. Let me tell you something. Queen gonna speak on something personal. There was a girl I knew years back. She used to get high at that time when I knew her,
mm-hmm.
and her choice of drugs was marijuana. But she would crush the crack in the marijuana, which was what they called back then pink
Cocoa
tea.
Puff.
Well, it was
That's what they
called
call
pink
it
tea.
nowadays.
Well, here at that time was pink tea, is what they called it then. So,
Okay.
but the thing is, damn it, you'd have made me forget what the fuck I was trying to damn say.
I'm sorry. You're talking
What
about
the
a
hell
pink
were we talking about? I need to go to bed.
drug use. We were talking about drug use, intravenous use.
Yeah, but it was something else, a point I wanted to make why I mentioned why she did what she did. Now, I can't think. And I lost my point. And I lost my focus. See, now I'm pissed off now because I lost what the hell I was trying to say. It's lost now. Oh, being heavier. She was a heavy person. Thank you, criminal, because I forgot what the hell we were talking about. She stayed heavy with that crack crushed up in that marijuana. And I never could understand that. Because I knew she got high every day because she was a professional shoplifter. So the first thing I thought was, well, damn, why is she so heavy? Sweet as pie. A very sweet lady.
It would have to
Very
be the weed, I believe.
She was very mild-mannered. I never heard her talk crazy, act crazy, but that was how she liked to get high.
Well, what you're doing is you're putting a downer together with an upper, and I believe the eating is still. I mean, people even on speed. I mean, you can see a lot of people on speed or cocaine. I mean, they're heavy people still. I guess it depends on their body makeup, their metabolism. I guess if they're smoking marijuana with whatever, I believe that would make it stimulant for eating.
The point is, she was a heavier lady, and I never could understand how she stayed heavy and was getting high. But like I said, her choice was the marijuana with the crack crushed up in the marijuana. That was her way of getting high. But the point is, she stayed heavy. So this issue with Monica being heavy, I don't know, because there are people who get high all the time, but they don't lose no damn weight. I've met a few people in my lifetime that got high on a daily, but they were not small people. Their weight didn't stay down like people who, some people who are.
Well, another channel was there. There was a very big weed stench, and I'd have to believe that that maybe she's not always doing the same drug. I believe it's anything you can get your hands on if you're the way that is, or whether it's weed or whether it's, I would say whatever's the easiest to obtain at that time or whatever they have the money for.
Okay.
Hello,
John Q. Well, marijuana make you eat. Well, yeah, I guess so. Her actions. Monica did an inappropriate GoFundMe money, played the charity sympathy card money. All her actions lead back to a whole lot of dope, which is a friend's best friend. Okay, Justice.
Monica I can't speak to the GoFundMe for sure on who created. There's been talk that Monica did, but also Mindy.
The police, listen, the police put that in an article. That's been printed more than once.
Right, but I was told that it was Mindy, the biological mom, at first that created it, and then I was told it was Monica as well.
But Doug, why would my mama go make a GoFundMe? Just think about
the biological mom.
No. Why would Monica's mother?
Oh, she shouldn't make any GoFundMe.
Okay, that's my point. So you want me to think you didn't know that your mother set up a GoFundMe?
No, not her mother. Not her mother. The biological Cash and Carter's mom, Mindy. Not. You're thinking about Monica's mom. I'm talking about the biological Corey's mom.
Well, who set up the damn GoFundMe? Monica's mama or Mindy's mama?
I don't know. I heard both.
You're throwing me off. I'm telling you. That's why the police said, don't give no money.
No, I hear that.
You don't know. It was Monica's mama. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I didn't.
I'm not trying to be rude. The police said this more than once. They didn't want to call nobody's name out. And this is how I know it had to be Monica's mama, because they said when she came in talking about the children, we realized she was not the biological mother.
So we're talking about Leslie Pinkerton.
Okay, whatever.
Is that who you're talking about? The Leslie the Pinkertons would be
Monica's mama.
I believe Leslie would be the biological mom. I think that's what you're talking about.
That's why the article was written. They didn't even know who the mother was of the children, and that's why the detective said, "Do not donate no money if you don't know who you're giving your money to." And the article stated he did not name no names in the article. Who was having the fake GoFundMe page.
Got it. I think I mistook the article.
He didn't want to stir up no trouble, which he could really say what he wants because he's a cop. He can say what the hell he want to say. He could have called her out and said, hey, they ain't the parents of these kids. They're not the grandmother. Don't give no damn money to these two. And really, that's what he should have seen.
It's also a crime, I think, to set up a false GoFundMe as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because this goes back to what people have been saying from the beginning. You knew you was in over your head with these kids. Why didn't you call that fucking baby daddy and tell him, hey, come get your damn kids, dude. I got my own damn kids. I got my own problems.
Or why not have the state take them?
Come get the kids. All of that.
Call them when you knew there was a problem. They weren't your children.
Right. I mean, how
call
you doing?
The authorities.
Yeah, Lakeisha, right, fraud. Yeah, she was wrong for that. I didn't mean to be nasty.
Just because Trevor thought that was the best bet. Just because Trevor thought that was the best bet and didn't want to disrupt their daily plan, she should have contacted the state. It shouldn't have not been his choice. He wasn't able to take care of himself or make the right choices anyway.
Right. And that's it. And that's why I don't have no respect for him, because you left those kids with her. You knew what you and her have been into. You knew the daily grind of what y'all like to do, and you were wrong to, one, be out here barely living with two kids and take those kids to Monica's house knowing what she liked to do, what you like to do. You already had warrants and shit out on you from getting in trouble. She's been in trouble. Her kids have been taken from her. How the fuck did you think she was a good fit to keep your fucking kids? It pisses me off.
And he left for a reason. Why? He left for a reason. So it's like,
and I have a problem with everybody calling her their mama or their stepmama. Excuse me. She is
You ain't heard nobody call her mama. That's her talking, huh?
Yeah, not on this channel. No, but
Who
on
called
other
her?
channels, a lot of people calling her mama, their stepmama, and I'm like,
Well,
that just goes all over me.
if she is in fact Trevor's, if she is harboring Trevor's baby right now, that would make her some type of figure higher than just the
The kids were
typical
only
person.
there for like 3
Well,
months.
for the baby she's carrying, but not for those two that she
Yeah,
had
but
no
somebody
relation to.
just said she may hope he come back because she is keeping his kids.
Right.
Where is Trevor?
She called herself mom in the interviews, though.
He might be
Yeah.
at Beanie's house.
True. But she did call
Hey, I
herself
have a
mom in the
question.
interviews.
Who has a question?
Me.
And she also said she didn't know Darian either.
Is that Ami?
Yeah.
What you got, baby?
Yes. I have a question I've been asking because about like that trail, like the quote unquote blood trail.
Yes.
The jogger didn't mention anything of a blood trail. She just said that baby Cash was covered in blood. But I mean,
They probably
considering
edited
it's all
the
like,
interview a bit for gratuity, or not gratuity, but for the nastiness of it.
okay, well, so then I guess that's where the woods comes from, right?
Okay. Well, somebody Google how far the trail is from where the baby was found. We'll kill all that.
Or it
If you
came from
notice-
BKU.
If you notice,
I'm tired of all these assumptions about trails. Woods.
No, I'm just saying, just because.
No, nothing about you, baby. But I'm just saying,
Okay.
everybody keep bringing up this shit about that trail.
Right.
well, you notice usually in other when it pertains to an adult, you'll see like the yellow tarp placed over them, and you'll see like the crime scene, the blood and the bullets or whatever the crime scene is. We don't see that with kids. So what we didn't see is the actual crime scene that they came across. So we really don't know. Maybe there was
We
just
did see
speck
a
of blood.
yellow tape crime scene at the scene, but none at the home.
You don't see the body. You don't see the body. You don't see blood. You don't see any of the grotesque stuff.
All that evidence will come out in court, though. They'll have all that measurement. and
Yes,
they'll have
that
all
will definitely come out in court.
Right. I just hope
all that receipts will
I
come out
just
in
hope
court.
Darian just talks because this
Jogger
is
said,
like
"What took
crazy.
Monica so long to call 911?" Well, she was asleep, honey.
She passed out. She thought her plan was working. That's what.
And that needs to be charged as well because it all started from him. He should have had left those babies there.
Thank you.
What would we charge them with?
Negligence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They said, because somebody broke this down real eloquently. You knew what you did. You know what Monica did. You know her past.
Absolutely.
You know the conditions of her house. You are
He
negligent.
said it himself.
You are negligent all damn day.
And he still has a kid that's not with him.
Well, they say she got the other two, which is weird to me too. The wife, baby mama.
I think they did that to cancel out child support. If she had two and he had two, they wouldn't pay each other child support.
Well, somebody said something. That's the reason why they fell out is because he wanted to claim the two children. The one is deceased now.
Well, someone knows something.
Because
There's
of
a lot more to this.
Because of taxes or something. I don't know if that's true. That's why.
Well, I believe that she was supposed to claim them as dependents this year on taxes.
Oh God.
Well, it was brought up that way.
3 months.
Listen.
But I don't think she even does taxes.
No, listen. How are you going to claim some children that Miss Monica said you ain't seen in a while in 2 years? I'll wait.
That's just what the story was, I guess, on the back end.
Okay, but you get what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Gossip.
I mean,
But
just
he
look
could have promised her. Trevor could have promised her anything.
cases. Just look at the previous cases. It's always like parents, girlfriend, and boyfriend.
Yeah.
They go crying on camera, hugging each other. And then at the end of the day, it's one of them.
Well, look
It's
at
usually someone within the immediate family or somebody
I mean,
immediately.
it's always someone close to the
that they look
person.
at first. They work their way out from the family out to relatives, to friends, to neighbors, to they start immediately with
It's the inner circle.
Hey,
Inner
Joelle, how
circle.
you doing?
It's that inner circle.
I believe Trevor also believes something's up too because he made the statement that he would like to come back and confront Cameron and Monica. Who says that? I ain't hear
I'm
that.
sorry, it's not no liking to come back. It's come back. Your child is dead. Just confront the situation.
The
That's
right
it.
thing to do. The right thing to do. Right.
well,
It's
it
not
took
you guys
Cash
want to change to
becoming dead
like
before he
John,
confronts the
see my
situation.
son to say goodbye. Well, it's kind
John,
of
you're
late
right.
for that.
He needs to be charged because in the end, let me tell you something. We don't know what to believe because right now we're going on what was told to us in the beginning by Bishop Rod. Then the daddy comes out the blue. You don't know if that's him. The police said that in the article. I don't know him.
Right.
I don't know if that's
Right.
him talking on that damn audio on some fucking
Exactly.
YouTube. Hell, that is.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't
True.
see
Could be
no
Pookie
face.
Ray. I don't
That's
know
right.
you.
You don't have no receipt.
Show
You have
your
no
face.
receipt.
Show your face.
Because a decent human would be like, you know what? I messed up. I threw my child over here with this gal. I knew this gal had issues, problems. I got issues, problems. I'm liable. Let me right the wrong.
Ooh, who's moving around?
Turn myself in.
Oh,
Sorry.
Turn myself
exactly.
in. Okay, damn.
Exactly.
Definitely said he wants the stimulus. Well, good luck with that.
So a negligence charge in Texas is 180 days in jail and up to $10,000 in
Well,
charges.
Texas is I don't know messed up with the.
I'm just
Well,
telling you what I just looked up right. I just looked it up
like a
right
lot
now.
of places. You got
So
to
many
kill
things going on
somebody.
in Texas.
You got to
So what
kill
I'm saying
somebody.
is what do we charge them with if that's suiting? You know what I'm
Negligence. That's
saying? Like
obvious.
I believe they should be charged with something, but what do we charge them that's suiting? That's not 180 days and that's not a
Well, baby daddy
$10,000.
has another charge on him.
You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out what would be
Well,
the charge
it's
that
like
could be
the state
stick
of
that could stick.
Tennessee. Listen, in this state, I can give you a ride to Pookie's house. And if you go in Pookie's house and rob and kill Pookie,
Oh, you liable.
when
You're
you
an
bring your
accessory.
black ass out that damn house and you crawl back in my car, I think you know the rest of the story.
Unless you tell on them or you become an accessory, one of the two.
Doug. No, baby. You crawl back in my car. I am an accessory
Yep.
Mhm.
to
Same thing in
murder.
Mass.
That's right. Company you
Bottom
keep.
line.
That's
Bottom
right.
line.
But I would say
That's right.
9 times out of 10, if you were the one that when you got done driving and you stopped and you contacted once you found out what happened, a lot of the times that you're going to get, once you testify, you're not going to have any issues.
No.
No.
The first,
No.
listen, the first monkey that hollers first gets the plea deal.
You're up.
That's the law in most states. You got to holler first to get the plea. So if I holler and say, it wasn't me, I just gave him a ride. I didn't know he was going in there to rob.
No, I was saying if you
So
were to
Darren better
contact them,
holler first.
if you were to contact them after he made you give you knowledge of what just occurred, if you just gave him a ride not knowing and he was just
You're
grabbing
still
something,
an accessory.
Oh,
but at the end of the day, you if you're the one who called right away and be like, this is just what happened. I don't know. I'm not
but
involved.
nobody does it like that, Doug.
Yeah, I
Nobody
get it. But if they
calls
contact
detective.
you, it's going to go further in. Yeah, it's
Well,
going to be
that's
deeper.
the point. Somebody says you were there. You go down to the headquarters. It is on you to decide if you want to go out and say yay or nay. But in this state, your best bet is to tell the truth. I gave him a ride. He did not say he was going there to rob dude, woman, whoever. I just gave him a ride.
Right.
Just like that guy did, the one with the 6-year-old at the motel.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I don't know if it's.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
some people don't
know all
even know
the-
that they did
Go ahead
that.
and
You
finish.
know?
But you know, he
I
saw
don't know all
something,
the-
he smelled something, said something. You know, he's not in jail.
And you may have not even known that dude did what he did in the house. He just came out and
But
he's
you
not.
know,
There's no blood.
but the point I'm trying to make,
just saying.
baby, is the state law itself. It don't gotta make no sense to me. It's the law. The law says you rode the ride. I don't know, because you got to think about the law's perspective. How the fuck I know that you didn't know he was going in there to kill them folks in there?
That's right. You don't
You
know.
can easily say, "Oh, I don't know. I just gave him a ride."
So let me just
Yeah.
say you're an Uber. So let me ask you a question. If you're an Uber driver and he goes in and does that and comes out,
But
does
the
that make you?
Uber, ain't nobody gonna think much. You know,
Well, I'm
Uber
just
probably
saying
get off
that's
on
what
that.
I'm saying. Does that make
Because
you?
you
Does that
calling
make
an
an
Uber,
accessory?
but you're calling an Uber, Doug.
Well,
You don't
does
know
that
the
make an
Uber driver.
accessory as well? I'm just
Doug.
asking. I'm just asking.
Now you starting to irritate me. You know,
If you just
well,
if you say
you
you
don't
just
know the
gave them a
Uber driver.
ride,
The Uber driver don't know you. It's not like your homeboy and your homeboy say, "Hey, oh, give me a ride over here on 15th Street," and you be like, "All right." He like, "I'll be right back at Maroni." And so wait, Uber driver don't know you. That's through an
well,
app.
I'll be the first one to say I've been guilty of driving someone to somewhere and then them going inside and coming back out and me driving off with them, and like I didn't even question or ask. Like I've been guilty of that. So I mean, I
It's
guess
not
it's
your
just
job to question nobody. If they paying you, you are in a business setting.
Right.
no. I'm not saying if they're paying me. I'm just saying if I were to give somebody a ride that I didn't know from a gas station, say to a place and they had to grab their wallet and then they said, "Hey, drop me
Guess
off
what?
here."
Guess
I wouldn't have
what,
known.
Roscoe? Don't pick up strangers and put them in your damn car.
No, I get it. I'm just saying there's
Well,
ways
but you
around
know,
it.
you in California, you know damn well not to be picking up nobody, taking them no damn.
In California, you don't even. Yeah, you don't.
Shit.
Guilty by association, though.
California,
Right.
you got to be careful
Exactly.
everywhere.
And
Actually,
that's my point, is that you got to weigh both sides. The law does not know what you did and did not do. Because you can easily say, "I didn't do nothing. I just gave him a ride. I didn't know he was going in there to rob them people, kill that man."
that
That's
happens,
why
though.
charges get amped up, especially if you murder somebody. Because let me tell you something, in this state, if you're going to rob somebody, if you kill them, baby, you on your own. You are done.
And there's people who go in and rob people and kill them and don't even take anything. It's the weirdest thing. I don't even get it. But
Well,
it just
I
is
mean,
what it
because
is.
we're just in a time where people just do what they want to do. That's why I always say, don't ask why, ask why not. Because we have people who don't have any empathy. You don't have any empathy. There's no need to ask somebody, "Why'd you do that?" They did it because they could. The most of the stuff that people do is because they could. They don't need a reason.
Exactly.
And it don't have to make sense to you. And that's what this case is about. It's the same thing. It doesn't make any sense to you because you're not the killer.
Exactly.
Right.
You're not in that mindset.
You're not
And
in
we're still
So I'm
trying
gonna
to
ask everybody on the panel. You're talking
put that
around in
together.
circles about the woods and all that. Cause I'm getting kind of tired of talking about that shit. I ain't trying to be rude, but I'm over that, really. Because you don't got no proof for that. Why did this baby get killed? That's all I'm on.
Right.
That's the question of the year.
The persons or people who did it, they know why.
That's the $1 million question, Queen. You know, it really is. Just why? I mean,
and ain't none of you on the panel got an idea?
Why
what
this
did this?
baby
I
get
already
killed?
said my motive.
What did that boy do to anybody? He's a 6-year-old. He's a 6-year-old. He's a 6-year-old.
Tell it again.
I said that
A 4-year-old.
that ex-girlfriend was upset
Okay.
about taking care of 2 boys.
Okay.
She has grown kids. She doesn't want that whole mess.
Okay.
And she was just trying to get back at baby dad. I mean, at the kids.
So she was mad because he left those kids and just fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Disappeared.
Do you think she was detached from those kids? Like she never really cared about them?
Oh, obviously.
I'm just asking.
Wait. You don't think she actually cared for the children?
Like he was like they had the kids like way back there. I mean, open garage door, broken door. I don't know what. I mean, if you really care for a kid, you know, speaking as a mother,
yeah,
you know, you're gonna keep them tight, you know, closer to you.
Yep.
Or maybe switch rooms with them. Be like, maybe you guys should have my room.
Especially
stay
if you're
in my
saying, if you're saying on the news, that the garage door is broken and
but you know, talk is cheap, right?
Hmm?
Talk is cheap.
Yep.
Her room could have been just as shitty. You
Okay.
don't even know.
Darren,
To be honest with you,
Darren,
like,
what's the motive?
I just had a quick question.
No,
What?
What's the motive?
Oh, the motive. I don't, it could be anything. I would say probably she was upset that he ran off, and maybe if she was pregnant, he ran off and he didn't want nothing to do with her or the kids because he didn't want to go to jail
Well, let
and
me
take
ask
care
you
of his
this.
responsibility.
Do you think, listen, do you think she told him she was pregnant at some point?
I mean, I would imagine she probably did, trying to get him to come back for
Probably
his
to bribe
kids.
him. Yeah.
And could that be a reason he decided not to come back? Oh, hell no. 3? Oh, no.
Absolutely. He hauled booty.
No, ma'am.
He
You
took
got
off.
3. What about you, Nancy? Baby number 3? What's the motive?
She's diabolical. She's a witch.
Okay.
She is evil.
She just narrowed that right on down, didn't she?
She's evil. She's vindictive.
Okay.
She
But
is.
what's the motive, Nancy?
She diabolical and she evil. So
what's the motive, Nancy?
I'm coming with it.
mentally deranged lunatic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She
All of the above.
She is have a past with men. So if she is indeed pregnant, she been trying to get a hold of him. He been on the run.
Okay.
So she's saying, I'm gonna get back at him. She got a way with men, and she's like, I'm gonna set this up. And
so she mad because she ain't found him, heard from him. What are you saying?
Yeah, she's mad because she ain't found him. She ain't heard from him, and she's like, I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna figure out a way.
Do you think she faked the pregnancy? Do you think she faked the pregnancy, or she's really pregnant to really get him back or get his attention? Because I'm still, even though in the text message she sent over that deciphers that she is pregnant, that's just what she was telling Trevor through the text. So,
well, John, you know
I'd
she
have to
know
say,
what she was doing when she brought those kids
I don't
in.
know.
You know your finances.
You know
if you work,
It could have been a woman being like, "This is how I'm going to get him back." You know, and I'll tell him I'm pregnant.
You know, time will tell if she's really pregnant, because the next thing that'll come out is, "Oops, I had a miscarriage." You know, that'll come out.
Or she goes and have an abortion or something.
No, she ain't gonna have no abortion. But it'll be, "Oops, I had a miscarriage," and that'll come out through the spokesperson. Oh, let's pray for Monica. She done had a miscarriage. Too much stress.
Well, guess what? If she loses
so
this baby, she'll be pregnant by Benny Hanna by the time September rolls around.
I'm dead.
You know.
I'm done. She gets a free diploma. She'll get a free diploma for that too.
But you know what I'm saying? That'll be the next victim advocate. It'll be, she had a miscarriage because too much stress.
How'd you get pregnant? Well, he brought me some pizza.
Once you pass the vocabulary and vernacular, you get on to baby making skills. You actually got to go.
Egg on the face, egg on the face,
it's
egg on the face.
It's part two of the course.
I don't know
what happened. Inner course.
I just got beside myself. I'm so lonely, and I miss Trevor, and he's been so nice to me. He's a YouTuber, and he's been really kind to me. He touched my kneecap, and I just don't know what happened. Shut your mouth, Felicia.
And
oh my God!
What I'm saying?
Class.
But you know what I'm saying? I just think she's a diabolical person, and she got a twisted mindset.
Yeah.
And I just think that DB was a fall guy. Whatever happened, I don't think that he's innocent in this, but I hope to goodness sake that boy is singing like a bird, and I think the police are setting it up.
I tell it all, and I'm sure that lawyer didn't talk to him and told him, "Boy, they bringing you in. You better open your mouth."
Well, I'm curious to find out they talked to Carter. Do you think the police talked to Carter?
Yes.
Oh, heck yes.
At 4 years old, 4 years old, you're old enough to speak. You're old enough to speak.
Video.
So.
But we can talk about it now. What does Carter have to say about that morning, Lord?
My bad. I won't do my video then.
What has that boy got? What has that boy got to say about that whole time period?
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine the fly on the wall when they asked that little boy, baby, were you up? Did you see who
Good.
took your bubby?
It's going to
Can
take a
you
lot of
imagine
finger
what he
paint.
said?
It'll take a lot
Defense
of
can
finger
put him on
paint.
the bench, right?
Oh, y'all ain't thought
On
about that. Y'all ain't thought about that. Y'all been arguing about who came in, who got on gloves, who got
Yeah.
on a mask.
Well, let me
who got a knife.
let me just. How long has he been going through this to where he's seen the behaviors of the house and the
Yeah.
people coming in and out, and how
Well, that's
long?
what somebody done said already. You
You
don't
know,
know
what I
what
mean,
Yeah.
has been going on in that house.
and they're four, and they're
Exactly.
trying to deal with like they got to wear masks, they got to do this, they got to do
Mhm.
that when they do go outside, so they don't know who's supposed to be in masks, who's not supposed to be in masks. You know, they've got all this
Guess what?
confusing.
Exactly.
Doug, guess what? You seen the house, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't nobody want no damn motherfucking mask up in that damn ragged ass house.
And you should be in a breather and a respirator up in that
Well,
thing.
guess what? You a crackhead. You ain't worried about no mask, no germs, no nothing. I said it.
Like I said
And
a
if
long time ago, Cash was the one who she had said herself, smart, learn fast, talkative, all this other stuff. Carter was the quiet one. He was more reserved.
Tall, walkie
so,
talkie.
if
That's
Carter was the one
right.
that was killed, she would have been like, he's slow, he's this. I don't think so. I think she would have said the same damn thing.
But no,
Chase me with bugs.
Carter was the one that was more reserved, blah, blah, blah. I think Cash was the one that was doing some talking.
He was her problem child. Come on, we gonna
That's
talk
right.
I
And I
hope Carter
think,
blows this up.
I think see something, say something was very popular to Cash.
This is Cal
yes.
over, rambunctious.
And I think
You find them,
Carter,
you see them, they'll be rambunctious.
yes,
Right.
and I think Carter is now, I think they've maybe opened Carter up. And when you get people in there and psychologists and stuff that know how to talk to children and that can
Well,
work
guess who's
with
gonna talk?
children, and I think Carter is probably doing a little talking of himself. And
I,
I'm telling you what, when the facts come out and all these receipts, Monica better get her a little attorney.
She gonna need one. Cause guess
Yes,
what?
she gonna need
You know,
one.
you know with all these YouTube
Advocate.
videos and allegations of child molestations, you think somebody ain't already asked that little boy, has somebody been touching his private parts?
And that's what I'm saying. The police are just sitting
and
back and
before
hanging
Mindy
out.
gets Carter back, I'm sure that conversation is had. Before Mindy gets Carter back, he probably goes through a psych evaluation with CPS or something before they give him back to her, because she could have got him back this whole time. She could have had both of them the whole
I
time.
don't think, if I'm to believe Monica, she don't deserve them either. Yeah, I see that.
No, none of those people are qualified to be parents
No, I'm
or
sure it's more
friends
than
or
just
anything.
CPS. I'm sure it's more than just CPS. I bet
Oh,
there
I'm
was
sure
a little bit.
there's got to be
Yeah.
some doctors involved somewhere.
Oh yeah, because you
But
got
I
to
want to know.
think.
I want to know what Carter has to say, because we can
Yes,
really knock everything out the ballpark if we heard what the baby had to say.
Well,
exactly.
Carter could actually be the key to the case.
Well, he
So
gonna be to the case because he's the eyewitness in the room.
he
Exactly.
is the eyewitness. Period.
Yeah.
Not the camera. He is that actual eyewitness. That's what
So
he
what
is.
does Carter have to say about who walked in that room? And we still need to ask ourselves, what the hell was he doing up that night? If we believe this is a true time, what was he doing up and Darren on his footsteps getting in that bed? Shut up.
Well, at 5
Amen.
a.m., Carter was
Amen.
still awake. Why was Carter still awake at 5 a.m.?
Well,
Right.
I think that maybe he was purposely held out of that room, thinking that it was going to take before that, and then the baby just woke up and decided, "What am I doing? Not in my bed.
Well,
I'm
what
gonna
we
go
saw
get back in my bed."
we saw that video of where Carter gets into bed and Cash is already sleeping, and then it cuts to hours later. You got to think they didn't go to bed at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. He wasn't
No.
just climbing into bed.
He
That was
coulda went
cut
to the
from
bathroom.
earlier to midsection to when the morning time came. So we're
That's what
missing
I'm
a whole bunch.
saying.
We're missing a whole bunch of in between. Who came in between? Was the kid crying in between? Did Carter get up to go to the bathroom in between? What was
Lakeisha, do you think they got their man? You think Darren is the person? Maybe you should hit the link and tell me what you think, honey. You think this is what? That Darren Brown is the sole orchestrator, suspect in this case? Hit the link and give me your opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Come on, talk to
saying.
the point.
Queen, that's what I
It's
was
a
going to mention. I'm about to get off in a second. I just wanted to ask about that footage where you see him come in and then like moments later, according to the footage that was released,
Therefore,
then
your device. You ain't got your devices hooked up. Oh, go ahead, baby. Sorry.
you can hear me or you can't?
Yeah. I was talking to somebody else trying to come up. Go ahead, baby.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
My question was the footage that we were shown. It shows him walking in and literally seconds later,
mm-hmm.
supposedly DB walking in behind him
Yes.
to come and stand over, and you see him moving. So that kind of leads me to believe that it would be like he got up to go to the bathroom or whatever, maybe fell asleep in mom's bed and then went back to his bed, and
Okay.
then he followed him in
Okay.
because he was moving that whole time.
But don't you
And
find that strange, that coincidence of a child walking in a room and then the killer coming up behind him? Shut up.
yeah, it's just creepy. Like it's not normal. That's 100% obvious. It's not normal.
That's too ironic.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what the hell was on Monica's nose during that interview with the Daily Mail? Does anybody know what that was?
Her glasses, they was too tight on her nose.
No, that's
Is
some
that what that
picky. She almost got some
Jesus.
soft stuff. She had to put it back. It was a brain.
What you say?
I said she almost got some soft stuff. She had to put it back. It was a brain.
You were saying she's picking her face like she's tweaking?
No, I was saying she's picking her nose and she got a little too close and she picked the brain. She had to put it back.
Maybe Benny could get her some Neosporin.
Oh my
Neosporin ain't
gosh!
gonna
You know
clean that up.
that comes with your graduation kit. Actually, you get Neosporin and a butt plug.
Benny's got a lot of free time on his hands.
And you get a voucher for a $5 pizza at
He got a lot of free time on his hands. By God, he ought to be able to afford some damn $2 Neosporin.
Yeah, you get a churro with every order.
You get a first aid kit. Ooh, that's a lot of background noise.
Yeah, I heard their mascot. I heard the mascot was a weed plant. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
you get a first aid kit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a mascot.
Y'all, wait a minute. Lakeisha, you here?
I can't.
Lakeisha.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Good morning, Lakeisha.
Look, I'm too old for this now.
Yes.
Lakeisha, you're live and on the air.
Lakeisha, you gotta speak a little louder, hon.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What is this mess you down here saying down here in that chat? Come on, break it to the queen.
Yes, queen. Hold on.
Okay. Now wait a minute. Don't tell the queen to hold on. Y'all know y'all something else.
How about now?
Y'all act like this is 3:00 in the afternoon live.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
That's like that commercial.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Keisha. Come on, baby.
Yes.
Queen got to do it with the Roku. Come on.
Say
what, baby?
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Oh, okay.
What was you trying to say, ma'am?
Well, I mean, it's like, no, Queen, I'm not telling you to hold on.
You did just tell me hold on.
No, I would.
Well, just break it down to the queen. Queen, I'm trying. Let me try to make it to my first birthday. You had made a comment. Hell, you find it. What is you trying to say, Miss Lady?
No. Okay. No, my
you don't need to pretend I'm Elvis because you know he was born in the same state.
Okay, well,
born in.
No, I'm just saying that it seems to me like.
Thank you very much, big mama.
You ain't right, Doug.
Everybody,
can you hear me?
out to the cave.
Yeah, listen, somebody's going to be a hound dog, and I definitely think it's going to be Billy Key.
Okay.
I want somebody to
To
hush my
me,
nose.
it seems like the state of
Can I get some chicken soup?
Oh, Jesus.
they
I need some peanut butter
have
and banana sandwich.
Stop and let that girl talk,
the
please.
state
Ooh.
of Texas, they have their minds made up.
Lakeisha, you're going to have to go back out because you're breaking up bad. We can't hear what you're saying, baby. I'm
You're
sorry.
echoing really bad.
Yeah, come back up. Come back
I'd
out.
have to say Elvis has left the building.
Yeah,
Elvis went and got a pizza.
Queen?
He'll be right. Elvis went and got a pizza. He'll be right back.
Listen,
Queen.
Okay, that's much. Lakeisha, take your earphones or do something with your mic, honey. It's
Shut your
echoing really
YouTube.
they're
bad.
going to be singing the Jailhouse Rock, baby.
Lakeisha, shut the YouTube app. I had echo when I first came in too. I just shut my app down and it's fine. Try that.
Look at Criminal Imagination that this is rough. Honey.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I don't know who that
Right?
said.
I tell you what, I want to see how many of y'all hang in with me when they decide to, when the cupcake case go to trial. They gonna really come for the queen because they know in Alabama, I don't pull no punches. I'm gonna bring it to you as is. Now that's the trial you want to hang in with the queen on.
Which one?
Cupcake
trial.
out of Alabama.
I'll be there.
That's how the queen
That's
got her. That's how the queen got her
Lord.
name on YouTube. That was my first true crime case that I talked about.
Is that video
was
on
my-
your playlist?
It's all all my videos. Go back.
I'm gonna have to go back and
one of my
watch
videos
that.
pertaining to that case. It's about the baby daddy. Did he get jumped at the Vigil funeral? I caught a lot of hell on that. 87,000 views.
I'm gonna have to go watch that.
They probably
That
don't
was
like a queen. They don't like a queen, but like somebody told me, I had a lot of sources down there in Alabama that they stayed in contact with me. They let me know, Queen, it don't matter about what they're saying on the YT. It don't matter about what they're saying on Facebook. We don't like her here.
Ooh.
And we know she's been neglecting her baby. She ain't been watching her child. And that's why Derica Brown and Patrick Stallworth picked her up that day in the projects.
Oops.
Yeah, there seems to be a pattern of practice in all these
She
cases.
didn't watch her kid. And we know this from God rest his soul, the YouTuber that passed away back in the winter, Planet of Fakes. He stayed on this case to the very end. It shows you too busy going live talking about this and that to people on Facebook. That little girl that made it all the way around the motherfucking building on a bicycle. You get my drift? Why you going live, want to be seen? Your baby out of sight. So it showed us what you are really about. You ain't
people telling themselves, man.
Yeah, she told on herself. Just like the time she went live showing her and the baby in the living room, and the baby's changing the remote control, right? She cusses at the baby.
Yeah, didn't she smack him or something?
No, she cussed at her. She's like, I don't want to watch this shit. Why you got on this fucking channel? Something like that. I kept trying to tell people, she's not what you think. Don't get it twisted because you're seeing pictures of the little girl in hair bows and cute little clothes. That baby mama is ratchet. I always knew that. That April Thomas is a chameleon. And her Facebook post showed me who she really is. Because it wasn't even 2 weeks after they buried that baby, that black bat come up out her cave. And every day she posting shit to Facebook. And that's when I said to her, thank you, April, for revealing the real you.
Let's just remember that
Man,
the world
sounds
is
like
being
Cal
watched.
City.
We're all being watched through our Facebook and everything else. I mean,
she came for me and TG breaking news. She came for us. She put little nasty memes up on her Facebook page. The fans came running back in the chat. Hey, Big Head, you got to go to her Facebook page. She didn't put a meme up of you and TG, but I let her know. I said, April, I'm not your problem. You need to worry about them two motherfuckers that took your kid and raped your baby and drugged your baby with meth and pills and shit. That ain't your problem. Because I'm set in stone in Tennessee. I ain't got your problems. Because I ain't about to go to the projects and leave my baby unattended every damn day in no damn projects. And it ain't no shade to nobody that live in public housing. It's common sense. You don't live in public housing. So why are you going there every day and leaving your kid unattended because your cousins stay there? Well, guess what? That's how them two MFs got your kid. Because they sat out there and they watched. And they saw a little itty bitty spider with another itty bitty spider. And ain't nobody watching them. And we know that from the girl that threw the birthday party who said, didn't nobody never come get them kids? Them kids was out here for hours. We gave them cake and ice cream, just being nice, but we did not invite that baby to our party.
That's crazy.
And they took that little girl to the door where they thought she belonged 2 times because she pulled her damn pants down and pissed outside in public.
Oh my word.
And that's why I let that damn baby mama know you don't want none of the queen, baby. Because that girl told it on Facebook. I don't know these people. I just moved out here and I didn't invite that woman's child or kids to my damn child's birthday party. That girl didn't have no damn reason to lie.
How does people think social media helps their case in any way? I believe that anything.
And she is just ghetto ratchet. We got her on live last year in a trap house with the rapper 2 Guns Vito. And she think we don't know her damn voice. Oh, we know your voice, Felicia.
Man, this is a
they don't show
repeating
your
story.
face, but we hear you talking in a trap house, and they walking around with guns and all kind of shit. But this the same bitch that gets up on Facebook acting like she's, oh, my baby, they killed my baby, and
Man, Queen, that sound like Cal City.
It's all Cal. Oh, it's Ryan Dean Part 12, baby.
Yeah.
It's a remix for sure.
And we ain't gonna talk about the other one that I don't care for down there in Memphis. I'm on your ass too, Mohawk Dime.
Mercy me. This is a repeat of all.
Went to Nashville on a date. The guy said, okay, I want you to get out and prostitute and make my money back. I just spent for you on a dinner. You think I believe that story? Okay.
These people just hanging themselves left and right, thinking they can get away with anything and everything.
And then a Facebook wannabe YouTuber decides want to raise GoFundMe money to get her home from Nashville. You YouTubers, y'all some motherfuckers with y'all selves. Can y'all raise some money? We won't get her home. They get her home. She gives this old cockamamie story about this alleged date that went wrong. She's stranded in Nashville. She's out in the middle of the night, jumping from one car to the other with men, sleeping in their car, one guy, outside of the shelter in the parking lot. That don't sound right. Then she goes back to a store where he drops her off when it's daylight saving time. She gets in the car with another man. He takes her to his house with his wife. That don't sound right. So now her baby's made national news for being dropped off at the Goodwill.
Oh my gosh.
So a Facebook or YouTuber reaches out to her through Messenger, asking her, does she need some help getting back home to Memphis? Please follow that story. I'm waiting on an update as I speak.
Good Lord. Queen, I wanted to thank you for everything you do. I'm going to get some rest. I can't keep my eyes open.
All right.
Thank you guys. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay,
Des, love you. Thank you guys for being on panel. Thank you guys in chat. Much love and respect. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night, Doug.
Good night, Air Force.
Bye-bye.
I wanted to ask him a question before he left.
Oh,
Go ahead.
He's gone now.
Merciful me. These people. Oh, he's
I'm
back.
here. I'm here.
Okay, you got a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, Doug, do you think that because BK has become immense with this
Thank you, Darren.
woman, that the defense or the prosecutor can call him as a material witness?
Oh,
That's a very good question. I think they would tear him up on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Heath Harris, one of his best options, would be putting someone that's a spokesperson up on there and who's intertwined themselves so deeply into this case online that the very thing that he was fighting for to keep a clean jury is the very thing that he's creating is a dirty jury. So I think that he would be. I don't know. That's a great question, to be honest with you.
I think he would be a detriment because he hasn't known her that long. He immersed himself too quickly.
He
hadn't
believes
known her.
everything she says. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
believe anything she says, but he believes everything she says. So
Exactly.
how can you be an advocate and a non-biased party being doing what you're doing when it's biased? If you're going on panels or you're going and saying things or you're making videos, everything's going to be biased towards her because now you have some type of relationship with her. So the very thing that he's trying to prevent, he's creating, and that's the sad part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. That's the only question I had.
Y'all just pray for Benny Hanna because he messed up. Brought need help.
Well, he kept telling me, he was like, she's going to tell me something. She's going to tell me something. And I'm like, well, don't get too close, man. And then he got to the point when he's like, listen, she's gotten so scared that she's got a gun and Trevor's got a gun. And she keeps texting me that the world would be better off without her here and things like that. And I'm like, dude,
suicidal. That's what he's trying to portray to you.
And that's why he got mad at me, because I said, either you go to the cops with it or I go to the cops with this. I'm done you trying to get a story. We've gotten enough of this. We need to just put the stuff out, and we need to go to the cops with the important stuff. And that's he didn't want to do that.
That's when he should have stepped away and she should have gotten mental help.
But that's
why I felt that it's important that I need to separate and segregate myself and really see what was going on, because my blinders were on because I was so focused on other things in my own life and things where I didn't see as much behind the scenes as he was doing and what he's done even to Cal City. He put my life in danger in Cal City. He brought in people with his other channel that didn't need to be brought into this, and he brought it out on my platform, and then it makes me guilty by association, and it's just
that's
a sad
what happens. People judge you according to the people you talk to, affiliate with. And
right,
so
I understand.
They do or say people judge you. If they say something that people don't like, first thing people will say, well, you ride with whatchamacallit, you rock with such and such. That's how people do. That's what people always do.
And I'm a likable person. I'm humble. And a lot of people, if you get to know me, you'd be my friend, or I'd always be there for you at the same. And,
Sure.
You get all these people who are so quick to turn on me. And the first thing they do is try to make me into something I'm not, a drug addict, an alcoholic, and this and that. And when I'm the only one that doesn't drink or smoke and do drugs on my stream, I'm not saying you do or whatever, but I'm saying when it comes down to these other people who are pointing the finger, I'm not that guy. But it's a good way to
Trish, this is a part 2 live. This
good
is
way to trash people,
live.
and it's just at this point we should all needing to be work together and be able to congregate like this and have think tanks and be able to go to different platforms and feel comfortable and know that nobody's going to get bashed and nobody's here for the wrong reason. We all want the answers to cash, and we all want the answers
I think by now, if you are woke and you have some common sense, I think who really cares about missing persons and children.
Yes.
If you don't know that now, from the beginning of Cal City till now, something's seriously wrong with you. Seriously.
Yep. It takes
everybody
a lot of thick skin.
Everybody has their own opinion, and it's okay to have your own opinion. But when you are one-sided, there is always two sides to a story.
And the truth.
And
possibly three sides.
Three sides, right?
Yeah, and
right. And the truth, you're right. You can always be objective, but when you just stay on one side, there's something wrong.
Well, when a person is showing you that they cannot tell the truth, even though we don't know everything.
Well, you can't really be effective if you're one-sided.
The other day, well, if I see it goes another way with the police, then I'll bow out. Blah, blah. Man, dude, come on with all that. You in so deep.
Right.
Boy,
you can't ask questions.
You need deep in manure, and you don't want to come out. There's a difference.
What'd I say? You better put on some boots because it's getting muddy?
Yeah, you need deep, thigh deep, stomach deep. You don't like coming out because you don't want to come out. You like where you at. See, that's the difference between, hey, I'm telling you, homeboy like where he is. And just like somebody said on another channel, What's he getting out of this? I've heard somebody else say
Well,
that.
you know what? He was run down on being able to do what was the real investigations and thing, and it turned into, you know, the continual trolling and the continually bashing and the continually keeping people off course and keeping off track, which in turn just seems to think like, does he care about these kids or not? You know, he turned it into a money thing now. He's now making money off trying to sell a course that somebody can go on Wikipedia and learn that he's got whatever he's going to teach. You know,
He's gonna
or
teach
whatever.
something.
Like,
Ain't that something?
Well, I tell
you know,
what.
how can you teach a course when you've never been a victim advocate before? Number one, for anybody else,
He's one
and
weekend.
you can't do that. You just can't put yourself through a 72-hour course and be able to hand out
But
diplomas
she's not a victim.
and merchandise
But
and
she's
have
not a victim. The victim is dead. He can't speak.
the victim now is definitely Katz, but now, you know, the other victim that needs the support is Carter. It's nobody else besides Carter. Like Carter's should be the first source of victim resources. He should be the one that gets anything, and these donations that Monica's getting, all that should be going to Carter. That should be going to Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And what he needs, whether
I
it's
don't trust
doctors,
nobody.
medical, or this or that.
We can donate all the money we want to Carter. I ain't got a damn guarantee that he gets a damn dime. That's how I feel.
No, right. But if anyone should be getting any kind of money, or put it towards like a baseball field in his name or something.
This is the same baby that was duped and dropped here. Now he missing a twin. So
Or
why
college fund in his name
to do right by him?
And he got to witness the whole damn thing.
And we don't know what really went on between the baby mama and Trevor.
Right.
I don't know them cats.
Or maybe Darian and Trevor had an issue with each other. Who knows?
Okay, here we go.
Possible.
So I'll leave you guys with that. I'm gonna head to bed. Thank you, Air Force. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Nancy. Much love, you guys. Thank you. Thank you much.
Good night, Doug. I'll talk to you tomorrow, bud.
All right, good night, guys.
Good night.
Lord have mercy. I give a look. Air Force, what you got to say?
Nothing. You know, after I had called you, after you had called me and told me where to go to see this video.
Yeah, Molly Go Lightly.
Yes, and I looked at the film that Kim did.
Okay.
And I saw that trail.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw where his body was laid.
That's sickening.
From that trail.
Mm-hmm.
I was too through.
Yeah, because what was your logic? Your logical mind was saying, why would I take him from here to there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, and like you said before, setting him in front of a person's residence.
Mm-hmm.
That was sick. Mm-hmm. And that person who lives at their house got to come out of their door.
Yeah.
And look at that small memorial every time they come out of that door. That's crazy.
And let alone in the street right behind their driveway.
Yeah.
And
right
see
there.
that. I'd be power washing that whole dang street. Just so I didn't have to see that streak.
Yeah. That's why they bleached it out the way they did, but you know, they could have done better.
Yes, they could have. Because that's a stinking reminder every day.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
That spot and that streak. I'd get out there with my own power wash and just power wash a whole big swipe of it, just so I didn't have to see that streak and that spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Queen, good question.
Yeah.
Queen, was it you at the beginning that asked about the hands? If he used the same hands in the videos?
I think she took a break.
I think she dropped off.
Yeah,
she'll be right back.
I think she took a break.
Do you guys remember who it was that asked that? Because I distinctly remember seeing opposite hands being used.
Yeah, they say
in
that.
supposedly the two different videos of the same suspect. One was left-handed, one was right-handed, or so it looked like.
Yes, and then they say that there's a different hand that's used in one of the videos looking into a car. Oh, there she is.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
Some of you need help. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna say that.
All of us
I
need
see.
help.
I can't see the chat when I'm in here. So
Well, that's okay. I'm going to get rid of you, heifer, because you don't know what the hell you talking about. And you stay out my
Oh.
damn chat.
You know, on one of those.
Okay, I'm going back down.
You gonna
Oh,
tell
I
me
see.
to kiss my damn ass?
Oh, you know that Carissa chick, Miss Queen.
There is only one victim, and that is Cash Gernon.
Yes, it
End of story.
is.
You miss me with this BS.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
let me say this to some of you, because some of you need a fact check. You are an accident waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to become an ID channel story, 48 hours, Dateline, YouTube, Facebook, Newsbreak, local news. I look at your comments. You on your way. You getting ready to be just like what the fuck we're talking about. Keep it up. That's why every day we can bring you a different story about a buffoon. You commenters are on your way, and it's from what we've seen lately, YouTubers as well. Keep it up. There are no victims that's got breath in them. And yes, there have been people accosted, raped, tortured. But in this story, the only victim is Cash Gernon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line. And you think somebody else is a victim, you need to go check yourself. And stay out my damn chat. You will never get in here and ever utter a word. And you can call it bias. You ain't sitting up in here bringing that garbage Satanism up in my chat. Your commentary is not wanted.
Yes.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Mm-mm.
There's no way I'm going to sit here and let no goofy ass person sit up in here and talk about everybody's a victim. The hell you mean?
Excuse me. Everybody's a
There's
you
a
a
baby
victim.
dead,
What?
mutilated, left out, thrown out like garbage, passed from house to house because his mama didn't have her shit together, possibly mad at the baby daddy. Then she takes him over there and drop him off with him, allegedly. He can't keep the fucking kids together. Then he takes him over here to Monica Sherrod with her geeking ass. And then now the baby's damn dead. And you want to come in my chat and talk to me about somebody else being a damn victim? Damn goofy trick. Stay out my chat. Sick of you stupid ass people. You just get up out your sleep like a damn zombie, trolling damn Facebook and YouTube. Sick. Why don't you go over there to Benny's channel with that damn bullshit?
You sure
Queen,
it
she
ain't?
came straight from BKU.
You sure it ain't Benny in disguise?
I don't give a damn who it is.
Possible. I don't know. I'm gonna hop out.
You're not
Thank you,
coming over
Queen.
here. You're not coming over here with that. That boy is dead. That's a whole life snuffed out for nothing. You don't come in my chat talking about some everybody's a victim. What everybody got life, he ain't.
That's disrespectful to that baby.
It's very disrespectful.
It is. It's sad.
That person needs to be shot. Shot in the ass.
You know what I think? I think some of these goofy ass people need to go to the morgue. That's what I
Yep.
think.
Yeah,
I
let him
think
go
somebody
to the
needs to
morgue.
give you a tutorial of the morgue. And let you see a dead body that's been brutally murdered. And maybe you'll change your mindset on what a victim really is.
I bet they switched their Switch their mindset real quick.
I never heard of such foolishness that you got to damn be in the sword, live by the sword to understand what the sword has done. And I know some people like that. They don't have any empathy. I don't know nothing about it. It ain't my friend, ain't my cousin, ain't my kids. I ain't interested.
That's sad.
Yeah, I know somebody like that right now. And I checked their ass and told them, damn, what's your problem? You ain't got to know who it is. It ain't got to be your kid, your cousin. That's somebody's life.
Exactly.
Why the hell you got to know them to feel something? And that tells me a lot about that person. That you can key with them. But it shows you really don't know him.
Exactly.
That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. You sit up every day with people laughing and cackling and talking about that's your friend, that's your homeboy, that's your brother, your sister. You don't even know who the hell you talking to.
All right. They spit on you and walk off.
Amen.
If you get that much.
What I tell myself is, you don't have no empathy for a child being murdered. You have no empathy for a child missing. Hell, what would you feel if I got sick? Oh, I forgot you know me, so then you feel something. So you say. So you say. But I got a problem with anybody that don't feel nothing for a missing person or a dead person. I'm sorry. That bothers me.
You're right.
That bothers me.
I need to boot their ass.
That bothers me. I ain't gotta know you. I ain't gotta know you. Right now, one of you in this chat walk outside your house right the fuck now. Somebody guns your ass down. I get wind of it. I'ma feel some type of way. I ain't gotta know you. I ain't had to be friends with you.
Exactly, Queen.
I know that you had life in you. That's all that matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you that type walking around that you can only feel something for man and woman, only if it's related to you, you need help.
Exactly. Every human deserves
And
respect.
especially you 50 years old and talking about, I don't know him. He ain't got nothing to do with me. All right.
Every human deserves respect. Every life deserves respect.
Like they say, you better show hope that don't never come your way.
Karma is a bitch.
Yes, it is.
Only if you are.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you better hope to God you don't end up like one of these stories. You out there gurgling on your own damn blood, and somebody has the option to walk by you and decide if they want to render aid or not.
Exactly.
Because
then
they
you be praying.
I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of people like that in this world.
Well, they are. And
That-
you can tell by the comments on these social media pages, these news apps. Just read the chat under the storylines. I'm going to tell y'all something. You want to know what man's made of? Download the Newsbreak app and hit the comments and just scroll through. You'd be sick at the stuff that people say. Most of it's racist.
Mm-hmm.
Very racist people. Very racist. Making jokes of the people dead. I mean, stuff that you wouldn't believe people would say.
A lot of people will not stop and render aid if they see somebody flailing or sick on the side of the road.
Well, we already know this from the stories that we bring you, such as like the story with the Brianna girl down in Florida that's in the military. I brought that story last year. Here comes the neighbor. You saw that little girl outside of her pajamas several times during daylight savings time playing with a doll, knowing she's supposed to be in school, right?
Yep.
You took her back to the apartment one day. But see where I had the problem with your dusty black ass, because I got a feeling your ass is black. Yeah, I see that.
Why don't you call the authorities? Something wrong there.
Why you ain't call the damn landlord?
Yeah.
Oh. I know it was Mother's Day because I was on the phone with my mama when I saw the little girl. Well, that don't make sense because it was Mother's Day. Mother's Day falls on a Sunday. So what the fuck was the little girl out by herself on a Sunday on Mother's Day? I guess I keep trying to tell my fans, stay woke. Always listen to what people are saying. They tell on themselves. So you want me to believe, or was it Mother's Day, or it was either Mother's Day or his birthday? One of the two. The point is, you should have went and called the landlord, and then let the landlord decide if she want to call CPS, whatever. Now, the little girl dead, found over in Alabama, in the woods, not too far from where the baby mama grew up. That's how we knew she definitely was the one that killed the little girl. You gonna now want to talk to the news? Yeah, well, there was a few times I saw the little girl outside playing, and I took her home one day. Well, do you know how dangerous that is for a man to be alone with a child, allegedly taking her to an empty apartment? Stay woke.
What else happened?
You look like a fool.
Okay, that's my point. I wouldn't even want to be in that position in case something happened to the little girl and somebody could say, oh, I saw Pookie walking her up the stairs to the apartment. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in that position.
And then somebody say, well, why didn't you call the cops?
Right.
Why didn't you do something?
Think about the stuff you are engaging in. You had no business walking her to no apartment. You should have called the police or the landlord because it was daylight savings time. Hey, manager, there's a little kid out here. I've been noticing her running around during the daytime without her mama. I know her mama's at work. Then it would have been on the landlord to call the damn police.
Yep.
Now that the girl is dead. And she was,
I was coming home one time, and
oh my God.
I happened to look over, and I saw this man laid out on his lawn. And I went double back and went over there, and he was blue in the face. And so I went back, and when I got to him, I started CPR on him, and then I had a nurse stop, and come to find out he was a veteran. He ended up passing away, but yeah, there's so many people passing by and everything.
Well, people just don't like to get involved in stuff. But see, this case with that little girl down in Florida could have been prevented had that neighbor went on and told the landlord she's been out here playing by herself during the day, and I know her mama's at work.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you go back and check all the documents, this crazy ass bat stopped taking the little girl to the daycare on the damn what is it, the Naval Base, Air Force Base, whatever, down there in Florida, Army Base, whatever it is, from spring up until fall. So that shows you cause. She's been leaving that little girl alone for months.
Sad.
A can of soup they found with a pinhole in it.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Locked her in the closet. Fecal matter, urine in the closet, in the bedroom. The detective said when they opened the door to the bedroom, they almost passed out. Yeah. Got her on camera with a superior in her car when he's letting her know they found her daughter dead in Alabama. They got on camera passing out in the passenger seat of the car. Going into a seizure. And they rushed her to the emergency room. We later find out she took an overdose of pills. Because she already knew they were coming for her. Yeah.
She was caught.
You see, she wanted her freedom. She was alone. Baby daddy doing his own thing. Ain't being around for the little kid. She's
Then
in
we'll
the
be
army,
bothered.
military, whatever with this kid. She wants her life. She wants her life back.
Then we'll be bothered.
So the best thing to do, fuck it. I ain't gonna keep leaving her alone no more. I'm getting ready to dump this little girl. So she drove her from the state of Florida up to Alabama, right outside the town where she grew up. See, where she messed up was you had a nice little car home, girl, had GPS on it. And the GPS told the story about where your car was.
Well, let's just hope that all this is gonna show receipts too on Miss Monica and all that mayhem that's been going on in that
I pray it
household.
does. Because that's the thing about life. You leave a blueprint everywhere you go. Every time you open up that little dusty smartphone, Android, time you walk out your house, you go to your job, you over here, you over there. Somebody saw you.
And yeah,
somebody saw you.
And like I keep saying, there's more cameras. You know, there's more cameras
Oh,
than
yeah.
Mr. BK is sharing with the world.
Right, Juanita.
It's-
Co-worker said didn't even know she had a child. Exactly.
So there's more cameras out there, and you know the cops have got all that info more than he's able to share.
Yeah.
So it's all gonna come out, and I hope all them players go down.
Well, I hope so too, because I'm livid with the Cal City situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have made commentary on my channel that I pray I don't look up and it's September and there are no suspects arrested. Well, guess what? It's June.
Yep, it's almost there.
By the time we get through basking in the sun, going to barbecues, functions, whatever you're allowed to do during this COVID, you look back up, it will be September.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear you ain't got no damn suspect in the disappearance of them babies out there in California.
Poor babies. And you know what, Queen? It's so sad because since COVID, it's like these demons are floating around everywhere.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going to start pouring out of the woodwork.
Well, that's why I made a comment about when I brought you the stats a week ago on a video pertaining to Cal City. And I told you that you can easily play possum and say your child is out of town at family, right? Whether it's COVID or not. I don't know no more than what you tell me about your kid. So what you tell me may be a lie. Your child may not be in Arkansas, New York, wherever. You killed your kid and you're telling me your kid's out of town at grandma's house, auntie's house, wherever, but it's a lie. And with the COVID situation, COVID made it easy to knock your kid off. Let's just be truthful.
It did.
It made it easy. So right now, for those of you that don't know, there's a little boy, remains have been discovered in the state of Nevada. Zion Doe is what they're calling him. I may bring that story, I may not. It depends on my mood. But where I have the problem is what I said to you in my last live. Who reported him missing? Who did not report him missing? Is there a police report on baby Zion or not? That's what's going to be the telltale sign about this now discovered remains of a little boy out of Nevada. Because what's going to be detrimental is if we find out ain't nobody reported no boy missing out of the Las Vegas area. Okay, Juanita says nobody's claiming him. Okay.
That's sad. Lord have mercy.
So can you imagine finding the remains of a little boy and ain't nobody claiming that their child went missing? Shut up.
Oh, it just makes you sick to your stomach because you know there's probably more of them going to be creeping out of the woodwork.
Well, and that's the point, because I said that. How many children are reported who have not been reported missing? Because you know people will notice your kids, and people will say, "Hey, I ain't seen your little girl. Seen your little boy. Where's your baby? Oh, he out of town.
Oh yeah, he out
He
of
with my
town.
auntie, he with my uncle. He with his grandparents in Mississippi. He went down there for a couple of weeks. Then a couple of weeks passed. When your baby coming back? Oh, he gonna stay a little longer. Okay.
Yeah, that's sick.
Jay Reese says DB and Cam are not the same height, so a height comparison should be taken in consideration. Prayers for baby. How you know that, Jay Reese? How you know? Was Cash found before he was reported missing? Yes. He was discovered at 6:50 a.m. by a African American female jogging. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the motive behind the death of Cash Gernon.
Queen.
Well, people only people ain't gonna say nothing. They people don't want to get involved. Baby. Go ahead, Darren.
I'm hopping off. Have a good day. Have a good Saturday.
Okay.
Everybody enjoy your weekend.
Sleepy, you sleepy? Go on to bed, Queen.
I'm gonna try to before my daughter wakes up.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, sweetheart.
Have a good night.
Thank you, baby.
Good
Thanks
night.
for the test.
Thank
All
you.
right, God bless you, sweetheart. Okay, bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was Darren. Amen. Drop the link, Air Force, please. If anybody else want to join before I check out of here, it's an hour and 36 minutes. I'm not gonna try to hold y'all long. But what is the motive?
That's just like Queen, that goes back to that, COVID thing. That's just like that other little Texas boy. That's,
Yeah, I can't touch that.
Yeah, but no, I'm not gonna touch more on it. But
no, you can say what you want to say, but I'm saying I can't touch it.
Yeah, that's the motive behind that one.
I can't. I did good to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do it.
No, that's the motive behind that one is that he was being quarantined for COVID to stay away from his grandpa for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just sad. It's just sad. That's why that goes back to
But why would you do that? This reminds me of the story I brought you all a few months ago of the Hispanic man chopped up in the hotel. He went in with a guy. They got video surveillance of a woman as a lookout. Obviously, dude and called her in on the scam scheme, whatever. And you leave him in this room, chopped the fuck up in pieces in a bag. Why? Why did you?
I don't know.
What you did to him, kill him and leave him in the room. You ain't got to chop him up and go put him in the bag. What you put him in the bag for? But you're going to leave him in the damn room.
Well, this little boy, he was passed since May the 10th.
And now here's another story. Somebody chopped up in the bag and it's a kid.
Apparently, this little boy was passed since the 10th of May.
Well,
and so it's sad. It's these some sick.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
He been gone since May 10th?
May 10th, Queen. May 10th.
Yeah.
And then she had somebody.
And what was she doing in the room with a dead body? I'll wait.
Oh, listen. May 10th, she had somebody help her. She put him in a tub for 2 days and then had somebody help her put him in a rental unit. And then when she was supposedly did that interview and then helped did the interview, and then when she disappeared and they couldn't find her.
I don't understand what you mean. Help put him in a rental unit. What you mean? She had somebody rent the storage unit for her?
Yes, she had somebody rent the storage unit for her roommate, and then put him in a tub, and then put him in the rental unit. Her roommate.
This don't make no sense, girl. You ain't got to do all that to get rid of no kid.
She did. She stored him in a rental unit for 2 weeks.
Oh Lord, I'm dead.
Yes. And then when they were doing the interview and all that, and she was making this hoopla, and they were passing out all these flyers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she disappeared. Nobody could find her.
Okay.
Well, she made this story up that she had gotten into an altercation and yada yada. She called somebody else.
She had an altercation with whom, Nancy?
She just lied. She didn't have no altercation. She made a story up and called someone else.
Where
Hey,
was the baby daddy while all this is going on?
he was out looking. He didn't know nothing. He was out looking.
Nancy, listen to what you're saying. Come on now.
I know. It's in the court papers.
How do I not know about my own child? I'll wait.
I know. That's what there's contradictions. But
There
what I'm
is
saying,
no way
I know.
you are the father of the child and you don't know nothing.
I know. And it's from a news reporter.
Only way you would not know something is if you're Trevor Gernon and you left your fucking kids with Felicia and something happened while you were gone. That's the only way.
I know. The news reporter was saying that he had called numerous times during the time that he was in quarantine, and he said he could hear his child in the background. That's what
he was in quarantine. Where was he in quarantine, Nancy?
With her at that apartment.
Okay, but where was the child while he was in quarantine with her?
He said he was working.
He was working where, Nancy?
I don't know. That's what he said. He was working. That's all.
So he wasn't in the house, and he left his child at the house with her.
Yeah, she was in an apartment with her roommate.
Okay, wait a minute. So, okay, stay woke. I'm dating you. You got my child, but you got a roommate. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, she had a roommate in an apartment, a separate apartment. She was dating him, and in this apartment, she told her roommate, "Oh my God, so and so child is dead." He came, he helped her. They put him in a tub for 2 days and deciding what to do.
I'm not getting ready to help you do a fucking thing.
Exactly.
With some fucking dead body.
That's right, but he did. So now he's in jail too. They are both in jail.
Dad had a restraining order on her, but left his boy with her. Right.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Right, exactly. And the story goes that the grandpa is elderly, so the baby was sick when the daddy got him back. So
why leave it? You ain't gonna leave your child with somebody if you got a restraining order on them. That don't make no sense.
But long story short, baby's been passed since the 10th of May. And she put that
roommate
baby.
Is her ex-boyfriend. Okay, I'm done with this now.
Yeah. But the sad story is the baby had been passed since the 10th of May. And she put that baby in a storage locker.
The whole story's jacked up.
It is jacked
up.
Start
talking about boyfriends or ex-boyfriends or roommates.
So it all goes back to
boyfriend. I'm quarantined. I don't like you. I got a restraining order. You got my kid. Don't you see the ghetto ratchetness of the story?
Yes, and it all goes back to the same thing at Monica's house. It all circles back, and it's all the same playbook.
But you got my kid.
Right, it's all the same playbook.
Jesus.
Just a repeat, same day, same story, same story, different day.
I'm so sick of these old people.
I know.
I can't even understand what the hell's going on out here.
It's ratchet means ratchet. Ratchet meets ratchet.
Well, you know what?
And these people don't deserve to have these children. Oh my God.
Something, I'm gonna just tell any of you. See something, say something.
Exactly. My God.
Because I have had just about enough of this. Oh Lord, now my phone's acting up. Wait a minute. Not my phone, but my cursor. Lord Jesus. I said my phone acting up. I'm tired. Hold on, Omi. Hold on, baby. I'm gonna go back out and come back in, okay?
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second.
Oh, Flo gonna hold down the show. Flo and her coffee. Lord have mercy. How y'all good folks doing today? I guess I'm in the show. Good morning, everybody. I can't see the chat, so I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Pardon my singing. Queen is a superwoman. She's a superwoman. She keeps it real.
Homie R,
Yep.
what's the motive?
I already said motive.
Motive is screwed up, is what it is.
Has Ben said the motive?
I keep asking that.
Said,
I'm
yes,
happy
actually, that's what I was gonna say. It's always parents, boyfriend, or girlfriend, and then they're conniving and want to make up stories.
Wait a minute. The restraining order that Dalton, the father, had on the girlfriend for choking him out was for her to stay away from him and his family. Well, you see how that worked out.
It didn't work out too good.
Just like that story you guys were just talking about. She made up a story talking about the baby's mom came to the house with a fake cop with a
that's one of her. Okay, I got you.
You know, making up stories, and it was her all along.
But see, the daddy, dude, really?
Yeah.
Diabolical. Evil.
He had a restraining order.
Well,
and he left his child.
Yeah. And ended up leaving his child with a diabolical evil witch.
Let me guess, he needed a babysitter. He couldn't find nobody to keep his kid.
And the grandma right there.
Supposedly the excuse of COVID.
But COVID ain't got nothing to do with you having a problem with this person the way you get a restraining order.
Oh, well, they had that before. But
she choked the man out.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, that's the story, that he left the kid with her because he was afraid that his grandpa was going to catch COVID because, you know, he's an elderly. Yeah.
And go back to the COVID.
I'm going to say it again. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
But the COVID quarantine is not that long. So, hello.
If you got issues with a violent person,
you just don't do that.
That's the point. COVID ain't got nothing to do with
If you are with a person that is bad energy, on drugs or whatever, you just don't bring your kids around that person, period.
Diabolical.
I can't deal with this stuff. Oh, I said I wasn't touching that.
What I'm saying is they just need to change all the laws, because all these criminals, they're getting a lot of privileges in jail. Go back into time, no TV, no good food, and you're gonna see.
Ooh, Lord, you don't know what to have everybody in prison dead.
I don't believe in a death penalty, but just let them suffer physically, just like in the old days. Whoop 'em.
She said, "Whoop 'em." Girl, you funny.
Girl, you know what they do to people who hurt.
No, I ain't heard that word. Wow.
Don't give them privileges. Hello.
They're gonna get
Look,
this. And
you know what's funny? I'm going to say this. God forgive me, but I'm gonna say it. What's funny is having somebody call you from prison on a damn cell phone. I'm dead.
Yep.
The hell you got a cell phone from? Oh, we got all that in here.
How about that? It's all about the money.
Y'all got cell phones in prison?
God,
damn.
Setting up deals and moves and everything from prison.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Oh, yeah, I learned a lot of interesting information. Some months back, what it's really like in prison. Lord have mercy. That baby should have been with the mom. He took him and he hit the baby from the mother for a year. Now he's dead.
Yep.
He hit the baby from the mom. Juanita, what are you talking about? Oh Lord Jesus, I'm almost in 2 hours. My head hurts.
But they did say they're gonna press charges on other people as well. I guess they're just waiting.
The one I'm leaning toward is that he was going to say something to someone about something, and they couldn't have that. Monica and the family were tired.
Right.
Yep. Tired of CPS. Well, I give you that. Yeah, because she stayed with people. Well, guess what, homegirl? Your problems with CPS ain't had a damn thing to do with Cash Gernon. That was your jacked up life you had before the little boy even came to your damn house.
Well, they wanted to keep
all the mistakes you made had nothing to do with your children or Cash or Carter. That's your.
They want to keep the trap house going on, and they still are probably.
Well, we already said YouTube and jumped on board, so there you go.
It had nothing to do with all the
There's
past
no way.
removals.
There's no way in hell I'm getting ready to defame my name fooling with no damn junkie. I tell you that now.
Nuh-uh. And my family?
YouTube or no damn YouTube.
I put my family in harm's
I
way?
ain't gonna put my
Hell
name on none of that type of garbage.
And put my kids in harm's way?
You know, they let you know all that stuff. Been sitting there listening at that joker talk on YouTube. He just like everybody else. He's a street person. Don't give a damn about nothing.
And put my kids in harm's way. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, he don't care, Nancy.
I know.
He's proven that. He don't care.
Well, you can be a street person, just have fucking morals, I guess.
Yeah, but when I say street person, I'm not talking about somebody just homeless. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a person that don't give a damn. They ratchet.
Children.
Mm-hmm.
They do whatever they got to do to eat and survive.
Mm-hmm.
And if that means cut you in your belly, that's what they do. That's what I'm saying. He don't care nothing about himself. Because there's no way I'm going to be on a public platform and immerse myself in a crime that I don't know who's all the key players and who's all involved. I just wouldn't do that.
Well, and it makes you seem like an uglier person if you're a parent.
Well, my thing is, I know.
Say what? Say that again, baby.
It makes you seem like an uglier person if you're a parent.
Well, this is why I keep making these comments on my channel that you don't know people. You see, because somebody who would get themselves immersed in a case like this personally, because it's one thing for me to just talk about what happened in a case, assume what happened. But once I start reaching out to the people, I'm hanging around them, I'm now bringing you all commentary and showing you stuff of what they said. It's a whole nother ballgame. And especially if the consensus is those people possibly are involved.
Well, it's
jaded.
But it's one thing to bring commentary. It's another thing to hang out with them.
You don't see law enforcement hanging out with like victims or whatever, you know. You don't catch feelings. You do what you got to do. And
I got a question. What's going to happen when he has this surgery? What's she going to do then? When he's absent?
Say what?
He's supposedly got an upcoming surgery. What's she going to do then when he's absent?
And you believe that, Nancy?
Well, no, I didn't say I believed it. I said, what is he going to do?
I hear what you're saying. But at this point, due to the fact of this person immersing herself in the case with somebody that's live from the beginning, there's no way I believe nothing about what the fuck he's talking about. I'm sorry.
So much going on. Swirling.
I'm just keeping it real. See, that's what you gotta understand. That's the thing you got to understand about people whose mindset ain't right. Why am I getting to believe anything you said?
Because there's a whole lot of stuff.
You don't have any discretion for common sense.
Yo, I'm gonna quit my channel. I'm not doing it no more. Oh, now I'm about to
and back on what 20 minutes later, talking.
Yeah. And then
videos. I knew something was wrong with them weeks ago because the videos were getting more erratic.
And they
were back to back. They weren't like you do a live today, then you jump on tomorrow, 3 days later. You jump right back on within an hour.
5 minutes.
There's something wrong with you.
And then now I'm going to be, it almost sounded like a vigilante group. And I was like,
so let me ask you this. With that commentary, who is the person that initiated the conversation about starting a security group in the neighborhood?
I believe it was him.
Okay.
That's who brought the video. It wasn't anybody else. It wasn't a person from the neighborhood. That's
what I was wanting to know. When I was listening to it on Girls Channel, I was trying to get an understanding of who was the one that orchestrated the conversation about a group.
It wasn't the person that came on another YouTuber's channel that really spoke out about needing help from the neighborhood, that needed help in the neighborhood. It didn't seem like it was that person. It didn't seem like somebody that, you know.
See, that's what's so sick. You're rallying with this chick. And then you allegedly are coming forward talking about a group. You don't even live over there.
Exactly.
You don't know this chick. You have no business over there. You have no business talking about getting no group or nothing together. Dude, this ain't your race.
This ain't your neighborhood.
This ain't
Somebody
your
from
This ain't your nothing.
that. Exactly.
You don't know the kids. You don't know the mother, her kids. You're not affiliated with nothing. You bring up some old cocky ass story about I grew up near there and all that. So what?
But you don't reside there now.
Shit.
Your
I grew up in
parents.
Chicago. You think I'm going to rally with them gangbangers beating and killing folks? Because they grew up in my neighborhood.
I mean, your parents may live close to there now.
Oh, he lived across the street, but he
you
just
don't-
killed 5 people. Yeah, he all right with me.
But your parents may live there, close to there now, but
We're
you
friends.
don't reside in that
We were
neighborhood
children.
now.
This is what I keep telling people. Who you grew up with in school age, high school, they ain't the same person at 22. They ain't the same person at 28.
No, ma'am, they are
because
not.
you don't know people. Because you don't know
They
people.
change.
And to sit up here and rally with some crazy ass lady because you grew up a neighborhood over or 2 streets over, same street, 1 street over. What the hell does that have to do with what has been revealed that she and her son are pathological liars? You don't see that? So I'm leaning toward like what some people have been saying. You got an ulterior motive why you linked up with this damn chick. And it ain't got nothing to do with that dead kid.
You know, because you don't really hear him mention anything about cash. It's always about the people that are still residing in that home currently. It's not.
Purpose said you think he trying to turn him in so he can get a reward. Girl, bye. I don't know about that.
I ain't heard nothing about no reward.
Well, I don't know about that.
That ain't got nothing to do with it. But what I'm saying is I haven't heard anything about the victim
Janet said it.
itself.
She gonna turn on him guaranteed. There you go.
Yeah. You don't hear anything about the actual
You
victim.
did it with Darian, and you knew he wasn't right, and you still was hanging around him. Because if you really knew that Darian was trouble and violent, you would have never went to bat for him with that man about that granddaughter being attempted kidnapped. Stay woke.
Yes.
You stayed out of that. You let the chips fall where they may. Because perhaps if Darren Brown had ever went to jail for his crimes, we would have that baby alive right now.
Exactly. You hope so. You hope so that she wouldn't have done something else diabolical. But yet, if she is not convicted for whatever reason or in trouble for this, she gonna do something. Something
Don't
else
worry
gonna
about
pop
it, Janet.
off.
I'm going to check out of here. I'm on 2 hours. I'm going to come off of this live.
Yeah,
Well,
something else gonna pop off.
Well, I tell you what. He is proven he's mentally ill as well. So we'll let him ride the ride. I don't really care. Because I feel like this. He's old enough to know better. We're not talking about children being coerced into doing wrong. He's fully well grown and know better. So whatever he and these other cronies out here want to do and get involved in, that's their business. That's just something about the queen. I'm not going to sit here and babysit and worry about nobody damn grown. I ain't going to do it now. I ain't doing it tomorrow.
No.
And when you decide to come for the queen and talk about the queen on something that you don't know about, make an allegation against the queen, you cut already.
I say BK is squashed.
Because I've never talked about him. So he's never had no reason to even put my name on his damn tongue.
I say his topic is squashed.
Let me see what she has to say. And then I'm out of here. Hello.
Hey, Queen.
Hey,
Queen. Thanks for taking this. I just wanted to say, as an ex-social worker, I'm so disgusted by how he's behaving right now. Because what you do as a social worker is get people motivated to do for themselves, not make them dependent on you. And what he's doing is making her completely dependent on him, and it's awful. And guaranteed she will turn on him as soon as he realizes what's going on and starts to step away a little bit. She'll realize that and turn on him big time.
He knows what she's doing. Because he's immersed himself
that's
in
how
it.
I feel. There's no way he don't know what he's doing. He's proven that just from his lives. He's fully aware of everything that's going on.
And he might actually, as a confidential informant, get a bump in pay or, get some pay for doing this. Who knows?
Yeah. But see, what you got to always remember, Janet, you're turning on other people who don't have anything to do with Miss Sherrod.
Oh, I know.
I don't have anything to do with Miss Sherrod. Doug doesn't have anything to do with Sherrod. Cussing and fussing and threatening out other YouTubers don't have anything to do with Miss Sherrod. We don't know that lady. She don't know us. So why are you immersing us in that BS?
He's nuts. I've come to that conclusion. He's just not quite all there.
Well, he's probably not all there because he's under the influence of narcotics.
Could be.
Well, take it from me. That's what's been said.
Oh, and there was something somebody mentioned about her that she told Benny to talk to Doug. It was a couple of nights ago, and I wanted to come up, but it was awful late. And this is something I learned about when I was working with the mentally ill, and it's something that mentally ill do quite often. And it's so right. And if you ever see people doing this, or if you do this yourself, stop. And it's called triangular communication, where you don't talk to a person directly, but you go through somebody else. And that is so whacked, because what it does.
Well, a lot of people do that.
It's so wrong.
Yeah, Pookie, I said this, and you like, well, you call Pookie and tell me yourself.
Well, a lot of people do
what
that.
What you need me for?
Yeah, they don't want to confront. That's just they don't want to confront the person head on, so they use somebody else to do it.
It's a form of manipulation.
I said, stop, he's harassing me.
Yeah.
It's a form of manipulation, because what you're doing is bringing in a third person to get them involved and get them emotionally involved. And you're using that go-between to relay a message. And it's mental. It really is. So if anybody here does that, don't do it.
Well, I'm not trying to get involved in any of these YouTubers' personal business, and whatever they decide to do on their own time.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you
in general. I don't want no parts.
Yeah, I say
YouTube drama. Because as you've seen in the past couple of months, dealing with Cal City showed me how sick and diabolical people are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If I didn't learn it more from dealing with Cupcake, I knew about Cal City. I'm out.
Yeah. I say, Queen, BK has taken enough of your energy.
Well,
he ain't worth your energy.
It ain't been but a hot 2 days, so
yeah,
I don't really care nothing about him. It don't really matter to me what he do.
That's what I say. He ain't worth your energy. Yeah, he ain't worth your words no more.
Because I know, just like what she said, it's all gonna turn on him.
Yeah.
It will turn on him, and it'll turn on him bad. The other thing is, he's practicing deception by promoting himself as a victim's advocate. Okay, that takes a 4-year degree in criminal justice to become a victim's advocate. And I don't know what he's planning on doing online, but I'm sure he's not starting any university.
Well, it's fraud, for one thing. And I don't know what he's doing. So he might be careful about what he's doing, because he might be getting caught up.
Saying something about turning people in, doing it for clout and solving a case. He could, what she said, solving a case, you could think like BK. I ain't trying to think like him, tell you the truth.
Oh, no, Miss Queen's smarter than that. Good Lord. I don't know who said
whatever
that.
the reasons are, in the end, it's not going to be beneficial.
No.
And so Benny's nickname in the chat when we don't want to bring up other YouTubers' names now is Pookie. Is that what we say?
I just say BK.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Pookie, Ray, whatever you want to call him.
Well, we do like the young people were saying when they called a girl a thought, that hoe over there.
A whole lot of mess.
Anyway, I'll let you go. I was falling asleep and I had your stream on, and I heard you laughing. It's like I woke right back up. So I'm really enjoying seeing you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that Nancy.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All right, talk to you later.
Okay, have a good morning.
Bye-bye. I'm sorry. I'll flow with coffee.
Nancy, don't start, please.
I'm not. I love you, Queen.
Love you too. I'm gonna let you go.
I will. I'm gonna let you go. You have a blessed
I
Saturday,
will.
Miss
I'll get back to you
Queen.
guys. Okay, baby.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, Nancy. I want to thank all of you for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during my live stream. Oh, this was a part 2 from an early morning live. What is the motive behind the death of Cash Gernon? Who all is involved in the death of Cash Gernon? A lot of this story doesn't make any logical sense. If you're really woke and lucid, and you really care about this kid, his brother Carter as well, you can see that there's hanky-panky in this story. There's lies in this story. That's been proven. We don't even have to argue about that. But what is the motive? Why would you kill this kid? What did he do to you? Are we to believe that Darren Brown did this on his own? His sole motive for killing Cash was what exactly? Is he schizophrenic? Did he have help? Was he set up? Is he the fall guy for this kidnap murder of Darren Brown? Why didn't you just kill him in the house? Nobody was around. Nobody's in the room. Nobody's looking. Everybody's sleeping allegedly. Why not just kill him right there? You see, only a person who knows a victim transports the body outside of the house and discards the body outside. That's a proven fact. You see, a random person who's just perhaps looking for a quick fix, break in, quick money, stalking a person, they have no reason to take the body out of the house. Because you see, they've watched the house, so they're betting their bottom dollar nobody else is in the house. So they go into the house, have their way with the victim, kill the victim, then exit out of the house. Scot-free and clear. You see, if you watch enough true crime, you'll know this already. The perpetrator of this crime is somebody that knows Cash Gernon. That's the bottom line. And whether you believe it's Darren Brown solely, Darren Brown and Miss Sherrod and her son, it's up to your interpretation. But something's definitely amiss with these people. And I got a funky feeling they took advantage of the fact that he's ill, he's troubled, he was a menace in the neighborhoods, robbing, lurking, peering, whatever the hell he's been doing. Cameron, Miss Monica, you knew this about him. And see, where you fucked up is when you went and aided that old man and told him not to press charges. And then months later, you've thrown him under the bus as public enemy number 1. But he was good enough to go to bat for back in February for attempted kidnapping of a child. See, I tell y'all, stay woke. But now you fast forward months later, he ain't good enough now. But yet he's still the same Darren Brown. What has changed about Darren? Nothing. He's still a peeper, still a creeper, still a thief, still lurking, theft, vandalism. Nothing's changed. The only difference is Darren Brown is now incarcerated, so he can't wreak havoc on the neighborhoods. Amen. But what we have to ask ourselves, Monica Sherrod, what is it about Darren Brown that led you to allegedly say you didn't want him in your house anymore? Because see, what I'm starting to think now after listening to everybody talk, y'all ain't figured it out yet? You didn't have a reason. He ain't done nothing to you. He ain't said nothing to you. He ain't done nothing to you. He ain't done nothing to your kids. You planned this all along because you were tired of those damn kids. So you figured you knock off the walkie-talkie first. Darren Brown was the scapegoat. Because Darren Brown was a menace back in February. You didn't have no business dealing with him then, but you did for whatever reason. And you want me to believe in my right mind, Darren Brown escalated in behavior just a few weeks ago. Nah, he ain't never changed. And you know that. And he was your way out, getting rid of them damn kids. You're a dirty bird. And anybody that rides with you, rallies with you, they're a dirty bird too. And just like the old saying, what comes around goes around. And anybody that fucks with you, Miss Sherrod, they gonna ride the ride to the very end, into the abyss. Because that's where the hell your ass is going, is in the abyss. You and your dusty son, you and that dusty YouTuber, that's where the hell y'all going. All of you, skateboard heaven, into the abyss. And all I can say is good luck to you. Because you're going to need it. You all are sick and demented. And you are what's wrong with the world. Because you don't have any respect for yourself. So you can't respect other people. And you don't love yourself. You don't love your kids. You never loved Cash or Carter. And you never loved Trevor. You never loved anyone. Because you're diabolical. And you're sick. And the sad part is, your children will possibly take those traits on in life. And we'll be talking about them somehow down the road if they don't have your ways. So we're going to have to pray they don't have your ways. A manipulative bat who's willing to set up a kid who's already troubled for the murder of a small child that you didn't have no damn business taking care of in the first place. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments on my community posts. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you all for joining me. Have a safe weekend.